So I have a question for you. I don't know if you know the answer to this, but uh, Amazon also runs PPC ads on Google, advertising Amazon products.
Hmm.
And often when you click on those ads, you land on a third-party seller's listing. So how does Amazon decide which listings to advertise for? And
I don't.
is part of the consideration the amount of inventory available?
Yeah, I really don't know, to be honest with you. And I know what you're talking about in terms of the seller, has no influence over that, that Amazon has paid for an ad on Google that's driving that. But I really don't have visibility into what any of the sort of parameters are for any kind of offsite ads. My Amazon advertising program that I was a part of is, a program for sellers that have control of setting up that off Amazon traffic and sending into Amazon. So very completely different world than,
Yeah.
Amazon's internal team that was advertising on other platforms.
So I have, I think when you and I met, I probably mentioned this to you. So when I first started, I met a group of people, former Amazonians that started a company, and they were part of what they did was Amazon, getting e-commerce sellers started on Amazon. And I learned everything at the beginning from them about Amazon, how it operates and everything else. And I remember a conversation uh, at the time that they said, look, if you have enough inventory, Amazon has an algorithm that based on the popularity of an item and the amount of available inventory, that automatically triggers Google PPC ads. So, and then I started thinking, I don't know if it's right or wrong, and or it may still be the case, but if I'm going to advertise anything, I want to make sure that because I'm Amazon and it's Google, I'm going to get, traffic, right? So I'm not going to drive anything to a listing that doesn't have enough inventory. So therefore, it pays to have enough inventory so that you can take advantage of things like this. What's your take on this?
I don't know. My argument to that would be, one root cause of having too much inventory is that you have terrible conversion rates, right? So why would Amazon want to drive traffic to something that's not converting, right? That's very
No, I mean, if your
un-Amazonian.
conversion is fine, like if you're converting at 30, 40% and your sell-through rate is fine,
Hmm.
uh, you just, I mean, but my point is, if let's say that you're selling, I don't know, 50 pieces a day, how much you could keep shipping every week, you know, 300 pieces, or you could ship 1,000 pieces and then ship less frequently. So that's really where I'm coming from, based on the assumption that the listing is performing fine.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, in my opinion, it's really all about conversion. So if you look at kind of page one as an example, right? It's obviously a multiple factors, but really important one, as we all assume, is conversion, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I don't have anything but kind of wild guesses, but my guess would be, it's getting the best conversion, right? And they're trying to drive more eyeballs to, really where they see they're getting great conversion.
So
But
focus more on conversion than how many pieces you have available, and that way you'll get the best exposure.
yeah, if you think about from your 3P seller stance, there's already mechanisms in place that take care of you not just parking your inventory there forever.
Right.
So, you're going to either be paying fees or forced to remove that inventory.
Mhm.
And I think it's your job as a 3P seller to really move that inventory, right? I wouldn't kind of put myself in a position of wanting to have excess inventory and then kind of cross my fingers and hope that Amazon is going to put
Yeah.
put some PPC ads on my listings. But also, you mentioned it's often going to resellers, right? So
Right.
that's great to just to to see or witness is that these ads are benefiting 3P sellers, not just 1P vendors in terms of where that traffic is going. But a lot of times an ASIN has multiple offers, right? And there's
Right.
competition, on
Right.
that. And so that can be another interesting story to look at is kind of like
Oh,
how much competition is there on these high advertised
yeah.
ASINs that Amazon's advertising?
For private label sellers, usually they are the only ones selling on their ASIN. So I was just thinking rather than keep shipping several times, if your listing is performing well, try to ship less frequently and ship more quantity. And that way you'll be able to keep feeding the pipeline, so to speak, with enough inventory. And at the same time, you may be able to take advantage. But anyway, conversion, I mean, I always say, the two magic bullets for success on Amazon. Number one is click-through rate. Number two is conversion rate.
Hmm.
You keep those two up, you'll always be happy. So
Yep. You'll be increasing your rankings. Yep.
yeah,